The way that I trade is not sustainable at all. Um, and it's just one of those things where I need to start improving myself. So what I mean by that is two things. One, on the strategy aspect, it's not a sustainable strategy, right? And I had someone on a completely different video comment, not on one of my videos, but someone else's, where I made a comment say that, I haven't taken a trade in so and so long, and, he's worried that my system is not sustainable. Honestly, at first I kind of shot it down. I was like, no, like I'm fine. My trading is okay. Like I don't, my setup usually happens every day. But as of late, especially with a lot of news going on, with Trump and Iran and all of the stuff going on, I just can't trade in the way that I have been trading that has gotten me a payout, that has gotten me funded, that has gotten me to this point. So last night, I ended up buying Al Brooks' book on range trading, and honestly, it reminds me of when I was back in school and how it's such a thick textbook and there's a bunch of like terms and stuff. And then I'm realizing, oh, like you need to buy his books in a set. There's three of them. And if you read the first one, then the second and third ones will make sense. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But, it sucks. There's not a lot of stuff on trading ranges. Um, there's not. I've looked a lot, but in terms of like using volume profile or anything like that, the best person I can probably rely on is Cami Capital. Um, but I'm not paying $400 for his course. But also too, I can go back and look through his live streams because that's literally what I did for a full month when I was back testing my strategy for a full month, going through his live stream, seeing how he took certain trades, breakout trades, and retest trades as well. And that's how I've ended up here, being funded, um, having four funded accounts, being able to trade them, receiving a payout. That's how I'm here. But as I continue to look at this price action from today, I mean, from here, let me set this up real quick. This isn't the zones or anything. I just want to show you from here to here, this highlighted zone that ends at this candle, the latest candle. That's how do I trade that? That's not how I trade, right? So that's part of it. But also, what I mean by that too is it's not sustainable in the sense of my emotional trades, my emotional feelings. I completely crashed out today. As you can see, this says NQ. This is NQ, right? What did I do today? I mean, I don't even want to go through and show the chart executions because it is just that much of an abomination that I literally just completely messed up. Again, this is NQ. This is NQ. I'm taking NQ. What am I doing taking NQ? What am I doing taking NQ? Right? What did I do on MNQ? Let's see what we did on MNQ because this was the trade that resulted in a $300 loss. And honestly, I should have just stopped there. Right? Well, of course I didn't. What did I do wrong? And I need to go over this for my journal. This is my public journal. But I need to show what I did wrong. What did I do wrong? I bought at the bottom, right? So if we go back and look at how we normally trade, right? Go back to replay. This is what I'm looking at here. Again, volume profile zone so far away, but we're in such a downtrend that I should know better. You know, you have this huge candle with a huge wick. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's a huge wick here, right? I said that my zone was set up from here to here. So clearly we had broken it on high volume with a huge wick. I completely ignored that this is buy and climax. What do I always say in my videos? Reversals are my weakness. That is a sign of a reversal. I should have known that. I should have known better. But I was like, it's fine. We're okay. We get a pin hammer on value area lows here. And we get a follow-up candle with high volume. So I was like, we're good. Enter there, and that just happened to be the low, right? So I should have seen what was happening here. I decided to add when we rejected VWAP. I also added here too as well. Why? I don't know why I added here. Absolute stupidity, right? And then we got stopped out here, so it's fine. We set our stop loss here at this pivot point. To be honest, it's not a bad stop, but it's not clear, right? It's not it's not the clearest, but I actually don't mind it either. So there's nothing that we can do. We took the loss, but then after that, I scalped. Ended up entering here. Why did I enter here? I can't tell you. And I think that's why it's so frustrating. My emotional trading has gotten the best of me today. I took a scalp here, came back down, cool, cool. And I don't even know what I did here anymore. I think I entered 5 here, got stopped out here. Then I switched over to NQ. Then I started scalping there. Oops. Switched over to NQ. I think I took a loss. I was down like $1,000, and then I came back up. Should have had two contracts here at 95.25. Obviously, I didn't. Got stopped out here. Lost 15 points. I could have been positive on the day. And then my girlfriend was pleading with me to lock my account, lock my account. I didn't want to lock my account, but I ended up locking my account. And here we are, trading stoically. Awesome. Wonderful. No, we're not trading stoically. And these are the types of videos that I'll look back on and laugh. I'll laugh my butt off because they're like, bro, like every trader goes through something like this, especially too, like I started trading in November last year, like seriously trading. So to be able to get to the point where it's like you can say, okay, uh I've received a payout. I have $200,000 in funding. I have um multiple XFAs that you can potentially earn money from. Like it's so cool, but it's like none of that stuff matters if you're trading in such an undisciplined way, you know? And my emotions today, again, I had a lot of stuff come up at work. I'm going to be working more overtime. I'm trying to provide for my family. Me and my girlfriend talked about earning money to help people, right? And I was telling her, oh, that's why we have to work as hard as we can in order to be able to help people. Because that's why we do this. I don't trade to have a Lamborghini. I don't trade to have a cool watch or Rolex or whatever. Obviously, I want a gaming PC, right? I want to be able to play FIFA on there, do mods and stuff, but I don't trade, to have like a lot of things. I just trade so that way I have financial freedom for me and my family to be comfortable. And it starts with my immediate circle. And this is what I was telling her. I was like, I trade in order for to be able to provide for her and our rabbit, right? Which is my immediate circle. And then I go to my brother who, is doing well, but still essentially living almost paycheck to paycheck. So it's like I want to be able to provide for him. And then I look at my parents who have done so much for me in my life. I want to be able to provide for them. And then you can see the circle starts getting wider and wider. So again, another one of those days where I have an emotional day with all of these things, right? I didn't even really think, again, it's something I need to get better at, but I didn't even really think it was that much of an emotional day, right? But there's a lot of things that happened today, especially at work, where it's like, okay, my boss is coming to me saying, hey, you're going to be doing this, like today, I don't even work Mondays. Normally, I don't even work on a Monday. But I said, okay, I'll come in today, I'll help out. First thing that I see when I get into work is the list that I usually have for the day. I'm slammed. I'm so busy, right? So that didn't help whatsoever because I was thinking like, oh, half day, I'm only coming in to help out a little bit. But then my boss is like, nope, gonna need you the full day. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I'm like, all right, well, at least I'm getting paid overtime. That's fine, right? It is what it is. But then later on, my other boss comes to me and is like, hey, like, I'm gonna need you the rest of the week to do outpatient. One of the guys, he's going to be out for like 2 to 3 weeks. Like, I need you to help out. Like, are you okay doing that? I'm like, okay. And then later on, my other boss comes back to me and he's like, hey, like, are you able to work extra time? So now you're working like a 10-hour day if you need to, for a few days a week because he called out and he's not able to come in, which is fine. Like, I want help, right? But all these things are going through my mind, right? Meanwhile, I'm thinking about other personal things in my life about, I mean, one of them is trading, how I need to be able to learn ranges. And I told my girlfriend today too, before I start trading, I'm like, I need to learn ranges now. And she's like, yeah, not now though, but like, over time. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, over time. But subconsciously, and I guess consciously, I really meant like right now. Like, I need to learn this stuff like right now, you know? Which is wrong. I have all the time in the world to learn it, but I don't feel like that, right? I don't feel like that at all. So, I mean, that's part of it. I've been working on myself personally too. Something I've been thinking about is people pleasing, always trying to please people, always trying to, make sure people feel good. I mean, today was another example of that, of saying, oh, okay, cool, I can come into work today on my off day, right? Or I can come in and stay a couple extra hours a week, start working overtime to help out, right? My boss, he was like, yeah, like, he said after I accepted, he's like, yeah, you're the man. And of course, like, I'm like Chopper in One Piece. Again, One Piece is an anime. I talk about a lot of anime and stuff here, but Chopper, whenever he gets a compliment, he's like so giddy and so happy. And I'm the same way. I've said that for years, and I'm trying to change that about myself, but I cannot. And it's the same thing with trading too. I get to a point where I win, I feel good, I feel great. It's like, wow, like such life changing. Oh my gosh, I can really do this for my family. And then I lose, and I'm like, oh, it's the end of the world. Don't talk to me. Don't joke with me. I need to sit with this and blah, blah, blah. When it's like, brother, this is literally a probability game. It's a probability game. It's a probability game. And I'm over here gambling. I'm not putting myself in the best positions for myself to win. Instead, I'm just gambling. And it's an issue. So none of it is sustainable whatsoever, you know? And I have to learn. So, I mean, what we did well today was lock our account when my girlfriend pleaded me to lock my account. There's nothing else we did well today, but I mean, we did. Again, let me go to my chart executions again. On NQ, we did take um a range bound trade. So at least I can kind of look at that, right? So we saw here. I mean, I reversed my position several times, but we ended up sticking with the bull side here. Again, we reversed here. We set a low here, based here, popped up, came back down. Ended up taking it on this candle here. In reality, I should have taken it on this candle, right? Set it, set my limit order here, set my stop loss here, right? So it would have been 65, stop loss at 43, so you're risking 22 points to potentially get here, right? Which is exactly what happened. I would have set my if I wasn't being a degenerate, I would have set it at like 93.50, which we did hit on the quick volume spike, so that's good. Maybe I would have set it at 90, right? Because it's a psychological level ending in zero, so we would have hit that too, right? And we got in at what did I say we got in at? Um, we would have gotten in at 65. So that would have been 25-point play there, 1 to 1, and that would have been our trade. You do that on $150 risk or $200 risk, you get $200, you're done for the day. So that would have been the range trade I took. But again, I'm still learning that too. You know, it's very sloppy price action as well. But yeah. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say today. It was just, again, an emotional day, and I have these crash outs. The last crash out, I passed 4 funded accounts. So it's like, oh, do I even really deserve them? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, do I really deserve them? I took my setup, but I didn't mean to take my setup. It just happened to be like that. So it shows my setup works, right? If I stick to everything. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I just have to keep improving, keep getting better. But I mean, I was telling my girlfriend, like, I've been on YouTube for 2 months and I've already had like three crash outs. But I have to say though, right? And again, it's something I'm going to start working on tomorrow is not comparing myself to other people. But there are a lot of people that blow accounts, and it happens to the best of us. There are so many people not on YouTube that completely crash out. Like there was a very funny post on Reddit today that someone on the Topstep X subreddit like broke their monitor trading, and he took a picture of it too. So he has two monitors, and the one on the left is broken. The one on the right shows the notification that we all hate when we blow an account or when you hit your daily loss limit, and it showed that. And he has sticky notes underneath his monitors like, be patient, wait for your setup, don't get angry, right? And he literally like cracked his monitor. And someone in the comments put like a Justin Timberlake meme looking like all like kind of like, ooh, like that's bad, and said like, that's how the sticky notes feel. And I thought it was so funny, but it's so true. Like, we all go through this, and I'm just one of many that has gone through this. Frustrating day today. But we didn't blow our account. We still have four funded accounts. I'm very grateful and lucky, but this can't continue, obviously. And it's not going to continue. So we have to trade well, we have to trade smart. Even if it means that I'm just taking my time learning my setup for ranges and I'm just waiting for my breakout trades to happen and not selling at the bottom or not buying at the top. Right? If we're able to do that, then it's going to be fine. And we're going to learn, we're going to do well, we're going to do what we need to do. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. I mean, again, I rambled a lot. I'm sorry. Um, but my trading is not sustainable at this point, but we're going to go back to doing the 30 good trades. I'm not going to make it a whole thing where, oh, 30 good trades, this is blah, blah, blah. But we need to get back to that mentality in order for us to improve and to be better. So, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I'm gonna keep learning, keep getting better, and we'll get it back. So keep trading stoically. See you guys in the next one.